Welcome to the Tianqian continent, a world of floating celestial mountains and ancient empires. And today, the entire Dongxing kingdom is celebrating. Why? Because their empress is getting married. The guest list is a who's who of cultivation royalty, including the third prince, Lin Xiaoyao, a prodigy who reached the Earth King realm in his youth. But amidst all the pomp and circumstance, whispers are spreading about the groom. A nobody, a failure, who hasn't leveled up in 3 years. And that failure? That would be our boy, Ning Tian. He's an isekai protagonist. All right, but he clearly missed the memo on getting an OP cheat from the start. 3 years as a handyman in the heavenly demonic sect, and he's still stuck at 1-star warrior. A total waste. I never thought I'd get transmigrated into a cultivation world just to be a janitor, he sighs. But then, things get weird. He wakes up in a fancy room wearing wedding clothes. A loser like me is actually going to marry the Empress today, he scoffs. And just as he's processing this messed up reality, the door creaks open, and walks the Empress herself, her presence filling the room. The Empress, Luo Wuqing, an immortal Emperor realm powerhouse, looks at him with cold indifference. This marriage is just a formality, she declares. Don't get any ideas. Ning Tian is stunned. Huh, are you kidding me? My life is already a dumpster fire, and now my marriage is a sham too. His rage and despair hit a breaking point. But right then, asterisk ding, asterisk a blue screen flashes before his eyes. Congratulations to the host for activating the shocking system. System, he thinks, completely ignoring the fuming Empress. Don't play dead. Explain yourself. The Empress is losing her patience. I will ask you again. Did you hear me? Ning Tian, busy talking to his new cheat code, snaps back without thinking. Shut up, I'm busy here. The moment the words leave his mouth, he freezes. He just yelled at an immortal emperor. A woman who could turn him into dust with a single thought. Oh, I'm so finished. But then, asterisk ding, asterisk congratulations to the host for completing your first shock. Roi, aura suppression skill. Wait, so scolding her gives me rewards? A dangerous idea begins to form in his mind. He stands up, a sly grin on his face. So, you're my wife, but I can't talk to you like this, he says, stepping on her shoe. The Empress is utterly stunned. The system pings again. Completed a normal shock. Reward. Chi and blood pill. Just as I thought. Got to strike while the iron is hot. Ning Tian presses his advantage. Since we're husband and wife, shouldn't we do what couples do? Congratulations to the host for completing an intermediate shock. Martial arts understanding and cultivation speed increased by 10-fold. So cool. I don't have to be trash anymore. Our boy is ecstatic. The Empress is absolutely livid. Do you have a death wish? A terrifying aura explodes from her as she strikes. Boom! Ning Tian blocks it effortlessly, almost surprised by his own power. Seems like I overdid it a bit, he thinks. But it's not over. The Empress closes in, her killing intent palpable. Tell me, how do you wish to die? Ning Tian breaks out in a cold sweat. Looks like she will really do it. System. Activate aura suppression. Instantly, the Empress's aura vanishes. She's completely baffled. What? Why did my aura suddenly disappear? Ning Tian breathes a sigh of relief, having narrowly escaped death. He realizes he only has 3 hours. Even if I run, I won't get far. I'll be dead for sure when the time comes. I have to fight. He flashes a provocative smile. Let me give you another great shock. The next 3 hours were intense, and the system notifications were ringing off the hook. 3 hours later, Ning Tian adjusts his robes, calm as ever. What's done is done. Killing me won't help you. I'm still useful to you, right? The Empress grinds her teeth, conflicted. I must endure for the heavenly demonic manual. The sect must rise again. The Empress yields. Come to the palace in the evening. The wedding ceremony will be held. Ning Tian smiles. He knew it. And just then, the system drops the ultimate prize. Congratulations to the host for completing the shock the world task. Reward. 10 years of cultivation. Ning Tian's cultivation level starts skyrocketing. 2-star, 3-star, 4-star warrior. In just 1 hour, he rockets all the way to 6-star warrior, a realm that takes others decades he achieved in an hour. His system panel now lists a godly physique. The system isn't explaining, but Ning Tian knows one thing for sure. His life has completely changed. Whatever. I now have the means to fight back in this world. Evening arrives at the heavenly demonic palace. Ning Tian watches the sunset, a fire burning in his eyes. No matter how useless I was, I'm not that guy anymore. He clenches his fist and makes a vow. So what if my wife is an empress? One day I will show them all. I Ning Tian, am strong enough to stand on top of the world. The wedding ceremony is packed. The Empress, Luo Wuqing, makes her grand entrance. Her immortal emperor strength and unparalleled beauty leave everyone breathless with awe. Beauty and power combined. She truly is the Empress. But in a corner, a man sips his wine, a cold smirk on his face. The Empress is indeed legendary. Too bad she has to marry that guy. This guy is the master of the Savage Beast sect, and he's had his eyes on the Empress for a while. He scoffs at the thought of the loser about to marry her, flames of jealousy burning in his eyes. I'd love to see what this trash who dares to marry her even looks like. The master of ceremonies announces, the Empress has arrived. Now let's welcome the husband, Ning Tian. The hall falls silent as all eyes turn to the entrance. The guests start murmuring, I heard the chosen husband is just a low-level disciple. His cultivation is only one-star warrior. Apart from his looks, he has nothing. But after a long wait, Ning Tian is still a no-show. He dares to be late for the ceremony? Just as everyone's patience is wearing thin, a figure runs in, panting. Huff, huff. Nobody told me this place was tens of thousands of meters from my room. Ning Tian sprinted the whole way. He smiles at the crowd and says, sorry I'm late. First time getting married, no experience, please forgive me. His words send a shockwave through the hall. First time getting married? This guy is so disrespectful. The third prince, Lin Xiaoyao, explodes. He smashes the table. How dare you make the Empress wait this long? But Ning Tian is unfazed. Bro, it's my wedding. Why are you yelling? Anyone who didn't know better would think you're the one I'm taking to the bridal chamber. Jaws drop across the entire hall. The system goes crazy. You have shocked the third prince. You have shocked the holy maiden of the heavenly pool. Reward. Earth rank martial art. Heavenly demonic palm. Sure enough, this wedding venue is a huge treasure trove. Ning Tian thinks glishuli. The third prince is trembling with rage. Why him? In terms of power, I can crush him. I'm the third prince of Dongxing. Can I compare to an ant-like handyman? The prince points at Ning Tian, issuing a challenge. To defend the Empress's dignity, I challenge you to a duel. Do you accept? I'll only use half my power. If you're a man, you'll accept. The crowd buzzes. Everyone thinks Ning Tian is a dead man walking. The prince is ecstatic on the inside. As long as he agrees, I can use this to show off in front of the Empress. To everyone else, this is a guaranteed loss. But Ning Tian just smiles. Sure, I accept your challenge. His real thought? I can use this guy to shock the strong people here. The prince says arrogantly, if I strike first, everyone will laugh at me. This was exactly what Ning Tian was waiting for. Then I won't be polite. Before the words even fade, his figure blurs, and he erupts with shocking power, launching the first attack. That stance, and your aura, this move of yours, it's so laughable. The prince sneers. The elders of the heavenly demonic sect sigh in despair. This kid fell for the trap. He's going to disgrace the entire sect. But Ning Tian is thinking, my palm skill really isn't that great, but he thrusts his palm forward and a faint demonic energy swirls within the attack. The prince meets the attack with disdain. A bluff. With your level, the skill you can produce is not even a fart. He doesn't finish his sentence. His expression shifts to horror. The power exploding from Ning Tian's palm is far beyond his imagination. That's no ordinary palm skill. It's the heavenly demonic palm. What? The prince is terrified. The elders are all on their feet. This is the heavenly demonic palm? How does he know an earth rank skill? Purple energy erupts from Ning Tian's body. He's trying to unseal the technique in the middle of a fight. Remove the seal. Ning Tian roars, but feels an invisible force suppressing him. He glances towards the Empress on the high platform and sees her lift her veil, her eyes cold. It's the Empress who is suppressing me. Even while suppressed, the power of the heavenly demonic palm is immense. The prince is sent flying, crashing to the ground in defeat. Why? He is just trash, a handyman. Why can he defeat me? The entire hall is dead silent. Then, it erupts into an uproar. The prince actually lost? This kid actually won? How can this be? The Empress is shocked too. She murmurs to herself, could it be? He is the key to the heavenly demonic manual? This is the effect I wanted. Ning Tian laughs internally. His system panel is blowing up. He shocked the Empress, the elders, the holy sons, the holy lords, achieving a group annihilation milestone. The reward, a charming physique. Effect, infinite charm, allowing the host to effortlessly attract everyone. The next second, all the female disciples in the audience go wild. Suddenly he looks so handsome. My heart is beating so fast. Even some of the male disciples are wavering. Does this brother need a male cultivation partner? Ning Tian's face darkens. System, what are you doing? However, he notices that this charming physique seems to have zero effect on the Empress. Ning Tian looks down at the defeated prince and scoffs. Didn't everyone say you were a genius? What's wrong? Is that all you've got? The prince nearly coughs up blood from anger. Did this guy go crazy? The guests whisper among themselves. As a cultivator, you can't expect to reach the sky in a single step, Ning Tian says, his gaze sweeping across the room. There must be people in this world so strong they can move mountains and seas. But you all are so arrogant with your small achievements. In my opinion, you are just self-proclaimed geniuses. Self-proclaimed genius? His words hit all the so-called prodigies like a hammer, shattering their pride. They are furious. How can a mere handyman possess such grace? Where did that saint-like aura come from? In this moment, everyone is completely and utterly shocked by this trash. The elders finally snap out of it and ask Ning Tian how he learned the heavenly demonic palm. Of course, he can't reveal the system's secret, so he thinks fast. If I say 1 minute, it would be too much. I better say a longer period. A day. It took me 1 day. 1 day. The elders are floored again. This skill is incredibly hard to practice. Ordinary people might not master it in a lifetime. Even the incredibly talented Empress took 3 days. The system dings again. You have shocked the elders of the heavenly demonic sect. Reward: 1,000 aura cultivation. A massive amount of aura flows into Ning Tian's body. The wedding ceremony continues. Ning Tian and the Empress stand side by side. A handsome man and a beautiful woman. A perfect match in everyone's eyes. Oh, I was trashed just now, but now we're a perfect match? Ning Tian chuckles to himself. It seems no matter which world I'm in, respecting the strong is true everywhere. Meanwhile, the Empress recalls a memory from a few months ago in the sect's forbidden region. The sect's guardian demon statue told her that in half a year, the heavenly demonic sect would face annihilation. The only way to survive was to marry a man with a godly physique to obtain the legendary heavenly demonic manual, which would help her break through to the god realm. And that man with the godly physique was none other than Ning Tian. Even though he was a good-for-nothing who couldn't cultivate at the time, for the survival of her sect, she had to marry him. This was the truth behind their marriage. Meanwhile, far away in the Righteous Alliance, the leader Ning Tian also learns of the wedding through his spies. When he hears that the Empress married not some powerful expert, but a good-for-nothing, he laughs. But his smile quickly freezes. An urgent report comes in. Leader, we were all deceived. The person she married is not a piece of trash, but a peerless genius. His name is Ning Tian. He defeated the third prince with 1 palm, learned the heavenly demonic palm in 1 day, and broke the hearts of all the so-called geniuses with a single sentence. Zheng Tian's expression changes drastically. We must find out everything about this Ning Tian. That night, in the Empress's chambers, Ning Tian watches the Empress at her vanity, his mind racing. My charming physique didn't affect her at all. It seems if I want to conquer this woman, I have to rely on strength. He makes up his mind. System. Activate charming physique. Let me give you another great shock. Ning Tian approaches confidently, thinking this will be easy. But to his surprise, the Empress just smirks. I know of your special physique. It might work on those little girls, but it's useless against me. As she speaks, she begins to undo her own robes, leaving Ning Tian completely dumbfounded. You want to do it, but you don't dare to, the Empress taunts. Ning Tian's pride is stung. Who says I don't dare? He decides to turn the tables, using his aura to suppress the Empress and pin her down. Tonight, you could just stand while you sleep. Although the situation was awkward, Ning Tian knows the power gap between him and the Empress is too big. He can't let it end like this. Sooner or later, I will let you know that the world is big, the earth is big, but your husband is the biggest. He decides to cultivate all night long. Cultivation improvement increased by 3-fold. The next morning, Ning Tian is fuming. Damn it, Luo Wuqing. That woman made me stand the whole night. He cultivated all night, but only leveled up by 1 star, reaching 7-star Black Warrior. Still not fast enough. The system suggests he find a place with abundant aura. He immediately thinks of a place, the sect's primary cultivation ground. The moment Ning Tian arrives at the cultivation ground, he becomes the center of attention. He sits down and starts cultivating, and the surrounding disciples are stunned by the insane speed at which he's absorbing aura. But Ning Tian isn't satisfied. Still not fast enough. Looks like I'll have to activate 10-fold cultivation speed. Boom! The moment he activates tenfold absorption, the entire cultivation ground trembles. All the spiritual aura rushes towards him like a crazed vortex. Is that an earthquake? No, it's him. He's absorbing the aura of the whole cultivation ground. Everyone is blown away by the sheer force. You shocked a group of disciples. Reward: black-ranked movement technique, water dragon step. Ning Tian immediately masters the new technique with his tenfold comprehension speed. With this movement technique, getting around will be no problem. Feeling the massive amount of aura stored in his body, he decides to go to one place, the scripture depository. There's a long line outside the scripture depository, and Ning Tian's arrival causes another commotion. The guardian of the depository, Elder Guyan, a notoriously strict old-timer, actually gives Ning Tian a deep, respectful bow, shocking everyone. Holding the patriarch's token, Ning Tian calmly states, "I want to go to the 5th floor." You have to understand, no one has ever set foot on the 5th floor of the depository except for the Empress and a few supreme elders. The aura in Ning Tian's body is like a mountain, a sea. He needs the best technique to handle it. On the 5th floor, he finds it, an advanced Earth-ranked technique, the Demon King's technique. That's it. Tenfold comprehension, activate. In just a few minutes, Ning Tian masters the Demon King's technique to perfection. With it, he opens 100 spiritual veins in one go. This is the theoretical limit of the technique, something only a heavenly being could achieve. Elder Gu Yin is speechless. 30 minutes, this comprehension skill is simply incredible. You shocked Elder Gu Yin. Reward: God-ranked technique, God's record. The system delivers another surprise. A God-ranked technique, something of legends. Ning Tian doesn't hesitate to start cultivating it. However, the pain is unimaginable. It's actually dissolving the spiritual veins he just opened. This feeling, it's like having your bones shattered and rebuilt. After comprehending 30% of the God's record, his godly physique is activated. The sky darkens, thunder roars, and the entire heavenly demonic sect is alerted by the strange phenomenon. In his dantian, his spiritual aura gathers into a sea. This level of cultivation talent is absolutely unheard of. Even the Supreme Elder, who was in seclusion, is disturbed. He thinks his breakthrough failed because all the aura was sucked away. When he learns the source of all this is the Empress's new husband, he's completely stunned. The Empress herself appears, protectively defending her husband. He is certainly worthy. Everyone thinks it's a thunder tribulation, but they soon realize Ning Tian is using the heavenly lightning to temper his body, using the thunder dragon to open his spiritual veins. How can this be? I have never heard of anyone using a tribulation to open their veins. The Supreme Elder's entire worldview is shattered. But soon, Ning Tian's spiritual aura runs out, and the situation becomes critical. Seeing this, the Empress immediately steps in, channeling her Emperor realm power to him. But she never expected that his godly physique would begin to absorb her power in reverse. You want to suck me dry? Your appetite is truly something else. After absorbing a massive amount of the Empress's aura, the tribulation dissipates. Ning Tian slowly opens his eyes, smiles at her, and says, "Thank you, my wife." The Empress is flustered and angry, but mostly shocked. The Supreme Elder approaches. "Patriarch, how many spiritual veins did you open?" Ning Tian casually holds up 2 fingers. The Elder thinks it's 20, which is already genius level. But Ning Tian shakes his head. After checking for herself, the Empress announces a number that petrifies everyone in attendance. It's 199, and they are tribulation lightning veins. The entire crowd gasps. A handyman, a piece of trash, has in a single day created a legend that has never been seen before and may never be seen again. Just as a new legend is born in the heavenly demonic sect, 1,000 miles away in the Dongxing Kingdom's palace, it's a completely different story. The earth-shattering tribulation is seen by Emperor Lin Ba as a thorn in his side, another provocation from the sect. It's that damned heavenly demonic sect again. He roars, completely oblivious that this celestial phenomenon isn't a disaster, but the birth of an existence he can't afford to offend. A conspiracy against the sect is quietly brewing. The Emperor's fury burns hotter. The heavenly demonic sect is growing right under my nose. They'll replace my imperial family sooner or later. In his eyes, this threat must be eliminated. The irony? Experts across the world are speculating if the Empress of the sect has broken through to the legendary God realm. They're half right. Something big just happened, but the star of the show wasn't the Empress. This panic quickly spreads to the Righteous Alliance. A group of old powerhouses gathers, their faces grim. If Luo Qingqing really becomes a god, isn't our plan to attack the heavenly demonic sect in 6 months just a suicide mission? They recall the bloody battle of the god's throne from a century ago. An Emperor Realm expert is scary enough, let alone a god. The entire continent is on edge, sharpening their blades for a target they've completely mistaken. But at the center of the storm, the heavenly demonic sect, the Supreme Elder sees only shock and awe. This boy, he will become our sect's ultimate weapon in the future. He might even reach the god realm. He looks at the young man who was considered trash just a day ago and sees the future of the entire sect. The world fears the Empress, but no one knows the real ultimate weapon just came online. Right now, this ultimate weapon is having one of the most awkward moments of his life. He's up close and personal with his nominal wife, the Empress, while outside, a whole crowd of elders and disciples are watching. Ahem, honey, with so many people watching, isn't this a bit inappropriate? Ning Tian, he spares. But the Empress's eyes are gleaming, as if she's discovered an unparalleled treasure. Just as I thought, she murmurs. Turns out, the Empress was healing him. The tribulation left some hidden damage in his body. Our boy is touched, so my wife was worried about me. He's about to lay on some smooth lines, but she cuts him off with a cold, "You talk too much," and blasts him away. The disciples are stunned. Empress, will the patriarch be okay? She doesn't even turn around. Relax. I didn't even use 10% of my strength. He won't die. Immediately after, the Empress issues a gag order to the entire sect. No one is to speak of today's events. Anyone who spreads rumors will be killed without mercy. Full-on ruler mode, absolute authority. And our poor protagonist? He's flying through the air in a perfect parabola, thrown out of the main hall by his own wife, letting out a glorious wah-wah that echoes through the mountains. And where does he land? In the absolute worst place possible, of course. Splash. With a massive splash, Ning Tian makes a pinpoint landing in a hot spring for the female disciples. Screams erupt. Water flies everywhere. Our boy's mind goes blank as he instinctively yells, "I'm Luo Qingqing's husband." This is an accident. An explanation that probably made things worse. He expected a beatdown, but the situation took a turn he never could have predicted. So, the patriarch is a peeping Tom. One of the girls says, teary-eyed and pitiful. But the next second, the vibe flips completely. If the patriarch really wants to see, we can show you slowly, no need to peep. Instead of being angry, the girls start closing in, the atmosphere turning dangerously flirty. Ning Tian breaks out in a cold sweat. No, that's not necessary. No need. Ning Tian yells, fleeing the scene with all his might, cursing Luo Qingqing 100 times in his head. Damn you, Luo Qingqing, my reputation was almost ruined because of you. What he doesn't know is that after he left, one of the disciples is blushing furiously, thinking, in that godly physique, it's just too dangerous. Just as he escapes that mess, the Empress appears before him. Finished washing up? She asks calmly. Ning Tian freezes. Wife, follow me. She turns and leads him to a place no one has ever set foot in. The forbidden heavenly demon cave. This is where the spirit tablets of past leaders are kept, she explains. Alarm bells go off in Ning Tian's head. What is she planning? The Empress points to an ancient statue and commands, drip a drop of your blood essence on it. Ning Tian thinks, wait, this isn't right. You don't just give your blood essence away. It's the easiest way to get controlled. But then again, the power gap between them is massive. Resistance is futile. And she probably wouldn't harm him, right? So he decides to comply. The moment the blood essence touches the statue, something happens. The entire cave trembles violently, and a terrifying aura awakens from within the stone. Ha, my heavenly demonic sect, I have awakened. A wild, arrogant voice echoes, rattling their eardrums. The Empress's face changes drastically. This was not part of her plan. A phantom emerges from the statue, a purple-haired man exuding a sinister aura. The Empress asks in shock, "Are you the founder of the sect?" The appearance of this founder is about to unveil a shocking secret that has been hidden for thousands of years. Ha, thousands of years. Finally, someone has sent the godly physique right to my doorstep. The phantom laughs maniacally. The Empress demands to know where the promised path to godhood is, only to receive an answer that shatters her world. Path to godhood? Little girl, you're too naive. That was just a rumor I created to lure the godly physique here, to help me possess a body and be reborn. The truth is out. The ancestral teaching passed down for generations was a complete and utter scam. Ning Tian instantly understands everything. The reason the Empress married him was to use his godly physique in exchange for that non-existent path to godhood. Enraged by the deception, the Empress's eyes turn ice cold. You wish to die? The Empress strikes in a fury. The power of an Emperor realm expert erupts, a single heavenly demonic palm shaking the heavens and the earth. But her opponent is an ancient monster who has lived for countless years. Even as a remnant spirit, he's not an easy foe. Her attack is effortlessly neutralized. Little girl, even if you're an immortal emperor, you can't do a thing to me, your ancestor. The heavenly demon's spirit sneers. But I'm just a spirit right now. I won't be stupid enough to fight you head on. His target was always one person, Ning Tian. Oh, you want to take over my body? Facing the incoming evil spirit, our boy isn't scared at all. Instead, he grins playfully. Come at me. The demon's soul instantly floods into Ning Tian's body. The Empress pales. That's bad. She thinks it's all over. But she has no idea. This heavenly demon just made the biggest mistake of his millennia-long existence. Entering Ning Tian's body isn't a possession. It's a delivery service. It's rumored that the godly physique is the best of all physiques. Now, this ancient ancestor is about to get a first-hand demonstration. What? He actually has a spiritual C in his dantian. The moment the demon enters, he's dumbfounded. But the real horror is yet to come. Where does this thunder come from? In his spiritual C. A thunder dragon's spiritual vein. Since ancient times, lightning has been the nemesis of spirits. The demon feels like he just dove into a high-voltage power grid, instantly zapped to near oblivion. No, I can't stay in this body. Trying to leave? Too late. Ning Tian scoffs, old man. At the same time, the system notification dings. You have shocked the heavenly demon. Reward, spirit destruction skill. A skill that converts a spirit's power into his own. Ning Tian looks at his new skill, the corner of his mouth curling up. Spirit destruction? That's interesting. You brat. Even if I'm just a spirit, I'm still in the immortal emperor realm. How can I be captured like this? The demon is still talking tough. Ning Tian just gives a faint smile, forms a hand seal, and a massive heavenly demonic prison locks the spirit down tight. In this instant, the roles of hunter and prey have completely reversed. Spirit destruction. Ning Tian calmly utters the name of the skill. Blue lightning forms into a giant hand, instantly crushing the demon's soul. This is absolute suppression on a spiritual level, a dimensional takedown from the godly physique. Damn it, my spirit is completely suppressed by the thunder. I can't even exert half of my power. The demon roars in despair. Ning Tian commands without expression. Heavenly demon, stop struggling and just turn into power for my godly physique. You brat, I will kill you. Devour him. With a final, piercing scream, the millennia-old demon falls, becoming nothing more than an EXP pack for Ning Tian's growth. Outside the cave, the Empress stares blankly at the scene unfolding, unable to process it. The manual to become a god. It was all a scam. Her lifelong obsession and pursuit have just turned into dust. The feeling of her faith crumbling leaves her lost and bewildered. When Ning Tian walks out of the cave, the Empress instinctively attacks, thinking he's been possessed. But she's conflicted, not wanting him to truly disappear. Just then, Ning Tian slowly turns his head and calls out softly, "Wife." The Empress freezes. You weren't possessed. In that moment, something subtle shifts in their relationship. But the crisis isn't over. Forcibly absorbing the spirit of an immortal emperor is suicide for someone at Ning Tian's current level. The system issues a dire warning. Host is about to self-destruct. His body begins to rupture from the violent spiritual power, his spiritual sea turning into a fiery inferno. I'm going to explode. Just in the nick of time, the Empress makes her move. She embraces him tightly, pouring her own power into his body to help suppress the rampaging energy. If you don't want to explode, then stay quiet. Ning Tian feels a cool, soothing power flow into him, and his heart warms. She's helping me? An hour later, Ning Tian finally stabilizes the power within him. He looks at the Empress beside him, wipes the blood from the corner of his mouth, and grins. Well, the process was exciting, if a bit abrupt. The Empress ignores his banter and takes out a pearl formed from the heavenly demon's spiritual energy. This is for you. You can use this for daily cultivation. But remember, you must be gradual. I won't be there to save you every time you're in danger. The Empress's tone is still cold, but her words carry a hint of concern. Ning Tian accepts the pearl, then suddenly asks, "Wife, now that we've destroyed the heavenly demon, doesn't that count as betraying our ancestor?" A creature like that doesn't deserve to be the ancestor of my heavenly demonic sect, the Empress replies decisively. But her face is etched with worry. The path to godhood was a lie. The sect has lost its ultimate goal. If the righteous alliance attacks now, the heavenly demonic sect is in grave danger. However, when she turns back, she sees Ning Tian's body flashing with spiritual light. Breaking through again. Even Ning Tian himself is surprised. The Empress looks at him, a flicker of shock in her eyes. Is this the godly physique? Breaking through multiple times in just a few days. This cultivation speed is unheard of. Suddenly, she feels that perhaps there's still hope for the heavenly demonic sect's future. The system notifications go wild as Ning Tian's realm skyrockets, breaking through the black martial realm and straight into the spiritual realm. This rocket-like leveling speed leaves the Empress utterly stunned. Of course, after entering the spiritual realm, the difficulty of cultivation increases dramatically. But for a guy with a system, is that really a problem? Meanwhile, another major demonic sect, the Shadow Demon sect, is making its move. The sect leader summons a genius disciple. Insansi is here. A new plot targeting the heavenly demonic sect is brewing. This disciple, Insansi, is only 20 years old, yet his cultivation has already reached the peak of the spiritual realm, just one step away from the Earth King realm. You broke through? Even the Shadow Demon sect's leader is shocked. With your potential, you are the next successor of our sect. But this genius has his own complaints about the heavenly demonic sect's Empress. It's a shame our sect is always suppressed by them. We'll never get ahead. He can't understand how a woman can lead the demonic path, where strength is everything. He has no idea that the Empress's power is far beyond his imagination. And he knows even less about the even more monstrous guy hiding within that sect. The Shadow Demon sect's leader gives his order. At the demonic path assembly in 3 days, they will viciously humiliate the heavenly demonic sect's disciples in front of all the other demonic powers, shaking the Empress's authority. That's right. Let's see how she holds on to her position as the leader of the demonic path then. A storm is coming, and our protagonist, Ning Tian, is currently on Moonlight Cliff, contemplating his future. He knows the dangers ahead will only increase, and he must get stronger, fast. The system conveniently reminds him that the full moon night is perfect for cultivation, with abundant spiritual aura. And so, he decides to begin cultivating. But he has no idea that his normal cultivation session is causing a huge commotion among the disciples. Heavens, the patriarch isn't enjoying the night with the Empress. He's here cultivating so hard. Hardworking men are so handsome. Our patriarch is working so hard. How can we fall behind? Let's cultivate. And just like that, the entire sect is motivated by him. The system dings again. You have shocked all the disciples. Reward: tenfold moonlight aura absorption speed. Ning Tian is completely baffled. What are they even shocked about? But he can't be bothered. He activates the tenfold absorption. The next second, the heavens change color. The moonlight from the entire night sky funnels into a massive pillar of light, pouring madly into his body. Heavens, look! Even the moonlight is gathering towards the patriarch. The patriarch is truly divine. This incredible phenomenon even startles the Supreme Elder. When he arrives on the scene and witnesses the godlike spectacle, he's completely petrified. What is this? He can no longer find the words to describe the shock in his heart. Under the infusion of a massive amount of spiritual aura, Ning Tian breaks through again. Congratulations to the host for breaking through and reaching the 2-star spiritual realm. He opens his eyes, feeling the surging power within, and nods in satisfaction. Not bad. At this rate, I should be able to reach the Earth King realm within 2 months. He says it so casually, having no idea how much psychological damage that one sentence will inflict on others. 2 months to the Earth King realm. It took me 2 full years. The Supreme Elder feels his entire worldview cracking. The disciples are buzzing. What's that halo around the patriarch? Ding! You have shocked all the disciples and the Supreme Elder. Reward: faith cultivation. A golden halo appears around Ning Tian, boosting his cultivation speed yet again. Aren't these cheats getting a little out of hand? A new crisis approaches, and the powers of the continent are watching from the shadows. But for a guy who can trigger celestial phenomena and inspire sect-wide worship just by casually cultivating, this all seems like just another stage for him to shock the world and reap the rewards. The real show is just getting started.